brothers, but not by birth. Family, but not by DNA. Dave and Adam are two of a kind, and they wanna borrow some of your day to talk into your ear holes about midi-chlorians and roller coasters. Those two things are unrelated, but so are they. They're unrelated at birth, like most people who aren't related. Unrelated at birth, but they're brothers in a brotherly way. Now it's time for the phenomenal brother and the golden voice of the South. They're brothers from different mothers, but they're both really proud to be unrelated at birth.
Hey Adam, I heard something the other day that you're going to laugh at, I think.
Yeah, what's that?
So I heard the best dad joke ever. By the way, phenomenal brother, all the way from House of Mouse, Adam Russell, Golden Voice of the Southeast, Dave Adams, all the way from Harvest, Alabama. Yep, we're here. Okay, so there were these two cowboys lost in the desert, starving. This was right after the Civil War.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just starving. Think Wild Wild West, that era. The movie Wild Wild West.
Oh no, please.
I love that movie.
It hasn't aged well, I don't think. It was cool when we were like teenagers, but
dude,
I don't know if I can watch it
college.
now. That came out in what year?
My senior year. So 99,
okay.
your
So
freshman year of college.
We were adults then.
Yeah, exactly. Come on. Anyway.
Okay.
All right. Two cowboys.
Yeah.
Two cowboys lost in the desert, starving, hungry.
Okay.
Old Civil War cowboys. Finally, they see a tree in the desert draped in bacon. Just bacon everywhere. Bacon, 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 bacon. Okay?
Yeah.
One of the cowboys says, "Look, it's a bacon tree. And we're saved." He starts running towards the tree, but suddenly is shot down in a hail of bullets. With his dying breath, he looks up at his buddies and says, "It's not a bacon tree. It's a ham bush." Get it? Ambush? Hambush?
I will totally be post-prodding a rim shot in on that one day.
Oh, come on. You didn't do
Wow.
the laughter that I expected from you, man.
It was that level of dad joke where you don't really belly laugh at it. You just kind of let it wash over you.
I mean, it's almost like if you witness a robbery in an Apple store, what are you?
What?
You told me this joke.
I don't remember it.
You're an eyewitness.
Oh, nice.
Also, your wife wanted that purse, and you told her it was too expensive, but she said, but I want it Vera Bradley.
That's a Blair original right there.
Is it really?
Her and Aiden, that's probably, if you Google it, it's probably out there. We haven't found it, though.
Okay.
But Blair and Aiden came up with that one, yeah.
Well, all right. Hey, speaking of dad jokes,
Yeah.
your dad called in to the birth line.
No, we still got to finalize the branding on that thing. The unrelated at birth line is what we'll call it in the interim, at least.
Well, did he have a question about C-sections or doulas?
No. He commented, and here we'll play it. But he commented about the Kelly Bryant thing that you brought up the other day with the championship ring.
Okay, go ahead and play it here.
Yeah, this is Virgil Russell. I was calling about the Kelly Bryant question. I just have two questions. One question and then a statement. Was he on the team at the end of the year? If the answer is yes, he gets a ring. If no, he doesn't get a ring. So, if he was on the team, he gets one. Regardless, he's still part of the team, whether he wants to be there or not. If Dabo didn't want him there, he should have tossed him. Put him out there on the open market. So that's my thing. Oh, by the way, great show. I've listened to all four of them. I haven't called in before, but I am now. Thanks, guys.
So wait a second, Adam.
Yeah.
This is 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
first time your wife agrees with me that wrestling's a sport. And now your dad agrees with me.
Wow.
So what's next? Aiden
My
will
dog.
agree. Well, no, Aiden agreeing that something's baby poop orange. Oh, wait, you found factual proof of that.
I did, actually, yeah. He opened some blind bag. Gosh, I can't remember if it was Grocery Gang or it was something like that. One of those kind of gross-looking blind bag things. And there was an actual thing in there. Looks kind of like a poop emoji. And it's orange. And the name of it is baby poo. On the little checklist, it actually said it. So
that's 3.
yep.
Your mom,
What's
I'm
next?
sure. Your mom, I'm sure. No, you're your mom's baby boy. Anything you say, your mom.
I'm
will
going to be
agree
right.
with. Yeah, so that ain't happening, Kathy. Nah, I'll take that L. Emma will pretty much do anything that Ellie wants. So Ellie is an extension of me.
Maybe.
So
I just want to know when someone from your family is going to agree with me. I'm feeling a little bit left out. I'm not feeling the love.
well, if they listen to Sideline Warning, Amanda did agree with you on a couple of things.
Really?
They called me out. Don't you
Out
remember
of
that one
70
time?
odd episodes, she only agreed with me on a couple of things.
Well, welcome to my life, buddy. Anyway, so back to your dad's thing. Virgil, he left the team. He quit 4 games into the season.
Yep.
So no, he doesn't deserve the championship ring. If you don't put your blood, sweat, and tears into something,
Yep.
along with the rest of the team, you're off the team. Adam, your TV just lit up. Did you just turn it on?
No, it's a commercial.
Okay. That thing wasn't on a second ago.
It was on. It's been on the whole time.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. This
Okay.
is riveting podcast.
My dad brain, man. I look, it's been a
Wait.
horrible week at work. It's been a
Wait.
horrible time.
You know, now that you mention it, I opened my fridge earlier and there was some kind of temple with flames and a voice said Zool.
So, wait, I thought we were going to talk about HHN yet.
Oh, sorry. Well, you talk about things you put blood, sweat, and tears into, Dave. It feels
Yeah.
like there's a consistent theme with the thing we've talked so far. About my
Parenting?
dad called in and, yeah, parenting and
The dad joke.
the dad jokes. Yeah. That's something you definitely put some blood, sweat, and tears into.
Yeah, so we don't normally like to get into controversial topics on this show. That was Sideline Warning. But every now and then we'll have to get into some controversial topics. And I believe an article came up today that you texted me that you want to talk about today.
Yeah. I'm trying not to get riled up because I can argue this either way, and that's
And
not
you're
me
also
being-
in a room that you're not closed off from your whole family tonight. So
Yeah, I just so there was an article that I read today. I think it was actually on ABC's website for ABC News, and it was a mom that the first day of school, which here in the
Wait.
Orlando, huh?
are you about to mom shame somebody?
I'm not. It's not mom shaming. I think it's an overall concept that I'm trying to understand and wrap my brain around.
Okay.
And so she went to Disney World yesterday, first day of school for all of the Orlando area schools for the most part, and had a button made, the I'm celebrating button, and it said, I'm celebrating first day of school. And I, more than anyone else, totally understand the amount of work because Blair stays, at home with the kids. And there's a level of effort that moms and parents put in overall with their kids that when it's your full-time job or you work and it's still your full-time job while you hold down another job, it's an extremely difficult thing to be a parent. And it's a whole other level when you're a mom because of the expectations placed on you and just the responsibility that you carry. But she had a pin made, said celebrating first day of school, and documented herself with that pin with a lot of character meet and greets and had a bunch of pictures and it almost felt like a party kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I understand the need for a break. I struggle though with this thing that's come around, and maybe I'm just now privy to it and I'm late to the game. But I mentioned to you the other day, you know, everybody complains because there's not anybody I've talked to, whether they're a student or a parent, that says they haven't said, man, the summer went so fast, I can't believe it's already over and it's time to go back to school again. It sure seems like we had longer when we were younger, and I wish we had that long.
We did.
We did. Yeah, we actually did. But you said the other day, Well, my point that I made to you before I get there was the government works for us. The school board represents us. The federal government, who sets some of these educational standards, is our
Here
government.
comes the libertarian.
Right? So they work for us.
Ron Swanson, are you over there?
If they work for us, so if we want more time with our children and we want to have that, why not go get it? If we can go change the date of Halloween with a simple petition, why can't we go to our government if everybody's this upset about it? And the point that you made when I brought that up was, well, parents are ready for summer to be over.
Yeah.
And so nobody's really going to fight for it, you know? And then this article popped up where this lady is, I totally get going and having fun. I usually take the first day of school off and me and Blair will go have lunch somewhere.
Don't tell me what you and Blair do when the kids aren't around.
No, we go out and we enjoy ourselves that first day because, we involve them in just about everything we do. It's nice to go eat lunch and there are other people there because we don't get that incredibly often. And so
there's the chimes.
Oh, there it is. You can actually hear that. The door's closed. Wow. But to go out and celebrate and document and become viral over your happiness that you are handing over your child for half of their waking hours, in some cases to the government. I mean, and it's such a foreign idea to me that that's something to be celebrated.
Yeah, I agree with you because I used to work a retail job. I worked for AT&T for 7 years. I struggled with putting my child to bed. When she was a baby, when Ellie was a baby.
Yeah.
Babies need to go to bed early. Well, luckily, Ellie suffered and still suffers from a tragic case of FOMO. So Ellie didn't need that much sleep. She's like me. But even though she didn't need much sleep, we still should have put her to bed a lot earlier than we did.
Yeah.
The reason we didn't put her to bed is because I was getting off work at 7:30, 8 o'clock some nights, and I had to see my child. Wanted to see my child. I can't understand for the life of me people who only want to spend a couple hours with their kid. I'm trying not to get in rant mode here.
That's why I took a moment before we started talking it.
We're not a socioeconomic podcast. We're not a political podcast.
We're also not judging. I do want to make that clear.
We're not. And if this is how you feel, please call into our line and explain it to us. Because as dads, I'm trying to think of another way to put this. I'm going to say that I'm going to get some ire for this, and I apologize.
Oh boy.
As dads who also have been around our family, our second to third generations above us, both mom and dads are there. Yes, mom stayed home, dad went to work, dad came home, kissed mom, grabbed the newspaper, helped with dinner, whatever, but still tried to be in our lives.
Yeah.
Now, my wife is a working mom, working wife. She is a saint, and I don't deserve anything that she has done for my family because I don't know how she juggles 162 hours a week job because it blows my mind. But the point I'm getting at, I don't understand how a dad, a mom, somebody who's responsible for another life, and you're in my case 2 other lives. I don't understand how you cannot want to be an active part in their life.
Yeah.
It kills me. I sit at work, and this might just be me. I am not your typical male. I want to be involved in the girl's life. I want to be. I am the emotional person in my family. Guys aren't normally like that, and I understand that. But I sit there at 12 o'clock at work sometimes, and I look at my phone and say, oh, it's 12. Ellie's probably doing this or that or this. I wonder what she's doing right now. And I struggle sometimes not wanting to pick up the phone to call the school and say, hey, let me talk to my girl.
Yeah.
That's just how I'm wired.
Yeah.
So it blows my mind that there are people out there that just want to shoo the kid out the door and say, all right, I'll see you at 3. Have fun.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then to take it that next step, it blows my mind that there are dads and sometimes moms that want nothing to do with their kids.
Yeah. Well, and that's the interesting part about that story, right? Is I am absolutely 100% certain that mother is a good mother, that she is a perfectly wonderful person that loves her children very dearly.
And maybe their kids are brats.
Well, maybe so. They may just be unlucky in that regard. Exactly. But I guess my thing with that story is less about, hey, the mom needed a break. Totally get that. I'm not arguing with that. Hey, she needed a day to get out on her own. Me and Blair have kind of this ongoing agreement that whenever we need a day like that, we just say so. Mm-hmm. And so...
Well, every September, I've got a standing... not invitation, a standing, this is happening.
Yeah.
For me to go to Orlando.
Yeah, and it's a non-negotiable to have some time like that every now and then. I guess my thing is it's fully documented that when her children leave the house, she celebrates.
Right.
And I don't know
maybe it is just a one-time thing.
No, and maybe it is, but now it's a story. Now it's a thing. And it's like, what do your children think when it comes back around that they celebrate it? And maybe they laugh about it. I don't know. Maybe this is our get off our lawn guy coming out. And this isn't a thing. This isn't a thing to even talk about. But
it is a thing. That's the thing.
But it goes back to me. You were going to make a point. It looked like.
That's the thing. A couple years ago, you probably see all these cutesy back-to-school pictures. There was a viral back-to-school picture where it was 3 kids on the side of a pool with the mom sitting in a float, sitting back with a margarita in her hand.
Yeah.
So they're celebrating not getting to see their children.
Yeah. That I don't understand that concept. But I think at the end of the day, too, this goes back to something did we talk this? I think we did.
Either we talked it on our text or on the show.
No, I'm talking about like Star Wars and why younger generations aren't into it, right?
Yep.
I think it goes back to that a little bit, is that our generation, around our age, people of child rearing and raising ages, we've been...
Millennials!
Well, millennials and pre-millennials, what are we, Gen X millennials?
No,
Zennials?
we're Zennials.
Like that whole group, we've come up in a time where, we were talking about this too, that nothing's really changed since we were in college. We've gotten the iPhone. That's the biggest thing that's changed. TVs have changed, cars have changed styles, clothes has changed style, but life has not shifted. If you think about 20 years ago, in the year 1999 to now, our entertainment delivery methods have changed, but life in general hasn't really made a dramatic shift like it did between 79 and 99. Or 59 and 79, and I think that the money right now is in entertainment.
I disagree to a very small point.
Okay, please.
I think 99 is not a good year to use.
Okay.
I understand what you're doing is the 20-year thing. But I don't think anything has changed since September 11th, 2001.
No, I'll go along with you on that. Yeah.
I think that was the time where we can say life changed.
Yeah. But it just feels stagnant. I don't know. It feels like the money is in entertainment. The money is in distraction. And I think that in the last, to your point, okay, we'll use 2001, so the last 18 years, that's where the money's been. Because the iPhone, I think, had a lot to do with that. The ubiquitousness of the internet, however you say that, that has made entertainment come to the forefront. And I think that we spend so much time being entertained that how can I get more time to be more entertained than I am right now?
I fall prey to that, and I think this might be the root of this problem.
Yeah.
And me saying this, my mom and dad and my brother, if they're listening, mom is, dad and Jonathan probably not. They just don't do podcasts, but they will tell you I am probably one of the worst offenders of this because, and you've probably noticed this, I'm holding my iPhone in my hand when my friends, my family, everybody's around, this thing is in my face.
Yeah.
We have lost the ability to have a conversation, a full hour-long conversation, meaningful conversation, without bringing in outside interference.
Yeah.
I can remember riding around the car with my dad, and this, holy crap, we did not mean for this to be a rant show. We're going to have to do this, and
we're going to talk some positive aspects of parenthood. Yeah, I'm sure at some point
we'll have to do something. But I can remember growing up and being on long car trips with my parents. And the only thing I had for entertainment was, remember those little Tiger handheld games?
Oh, yeah.
Beep, 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 beep. It was Batman, and you had to jump over things.
Or like electronic football.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But I can remember only getting to play with those things for 30 to 45 minutes of a 10-hour long car ride.
Yeah.
And when two to however many people were in the car, Dad would turn the radio down to almost inaudible or off. Because I said, well, Dad, I want to hear... The people around you are more important, David.
Yeah.
And yes, he used my Christian name. But now, and I am, as Paul says in the Bible, I am the worst offender. I am the worst offender of this. When I get in a car ride, my first thing is pull up what iPhone mix or what iTunes mix I've made for the car ride. I don't care when. In fact, I get agitated when Ellie or Harper's trying to talk over the radio in the background.
Yeah.
I'll crank the music up a little bit more.
Or you have the opposite of that now. I have a very distinct memory. I don't know why it sat with me all these years, but Panama City Beach, driving down the
Redneck
strip,
Riviera.
and with my parents. I was probably 10. So it was before it got bad. You know, there was that like mid-90s, late 90s spring break fever that kind of decimated PCB for a while, right? But it was
still
before
destined.
that.
It was still like destined.
It was, yeah. And so driving down the strip in Panama City, we're going to dinner or mini golf or Arcade City or whatever it was, right?
Please tell me you're going to Fuddpuckers.
No. I don't know that we did.
Oh, was it Puckers or Ruckers?
There it was Fuddpuckers. Fuddruckers is the burger place.
Okay,
it's like a national chain. And so, and we're driving down the road, and it was either Randy Travis when he released "You've Been Too Gone for Too Long."
You've been too gone
or George Strait's first album,
long.
first or second album. They chose the music in the car, and you sit in the back seat as a kid in the late '80s. And they played the music, and you rode along, right? Or you're having a conversation. I mean, you didn't get, but we get in the van now, and because we have at least one device, if all of us are together, mine and Blair's phone, that can play any song in the world at any moment.
Right?
It's, hey Dad, play Old Town Road. Hey Dad, turn on Radioactive. Hey Dad,
wait.
Don't.
No. Here's the tangent. You allow that crap in your car?
I mean, from time to time. Yes.
You also think Fighter's a good country song too, so...
I think Fighter's a good song. Just because it starts with a banjo lick. That doesn't mean it's country, but I enjoy the song Fighter. Anyway, so yes, Aiden does love Old Town Road, so everybody right now, nod along if your kid's like that. No. That's starting to border on cultural appropriation. When people just start doing Southern accents for the sake of it. Anyway. So yeah, I mean, I think that times have shifted, and I think entertainment's more prevalent. I think we've gotten there. Now, all the moms are mad at us right now.
Oh, of course they are.
And,
what are these two dads doing?
Right,
talking
and all
about...
the dads are like, great, now what are we going to do? But I think at the end of the day, like I said earlier, I'm sure this mom's a perfectly fine lady. I'm sure she loves her kids. I'm sure all of these people do. I mean, we have friends on Facebook that posted little stories and stuff where they were kind of celebrating and stuff, and it's cute. But I just, we have to remember stories like this lady, to me. Okay, yeah, you go do it and it's cute. Blair and I go to lunch and it's cute. But if we took a picture of ourselves, both with a margarita, and all of a sudden it becomes viral and it's on the news.
Right.
Think about what your kids would say.
Well, and that's the thing, too. I look at pictures of my mom 20, 30 years ago, and to me, that is the epitome of a mom.
Yeah.
To you, when you look at Kathy 20, 30 years ago, that's what a mom does. That's what a mom is. How are we going to look 20... How is Ellie and Harper, how are Aiden and Emma going to look 20, 30 years back? How is this mom's kids... How are they going to look back and say, wow, my mom went to Disney World without me?
My mom's famous for celebrating that I went back to school.
I'll be honest. We went to Disney World, it was... What year was that, Adam, where just me and Amanda met you and Blair at Universal?
It wasn't that long ago.
15 or 16?
Yeah, it was around there.
It was 16, May of 16, because... We had already taken Ellie to Disney, and her first trip was September 15. So we went and did a day. We thought we were going to do a whole trip of Universal. Well, Amanda doesn't do roller coasters, and you know what Universal is.
Yeah.
So we went back to our beloved place. And I felt guilty being at Disney World without my daughter.
Yeah.
I felt guilty being there without my child. Me and Ellie, one of the things we do is we ride Cinderella's Prince Charming's carousel. That's the one thing we always do at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
I couldn't bring myself to even look at the carousel without almost tearing up because my baby girl wasn't with me. So I don't understand how maybe this is different for somebody that goes to Orlando every other weekend. Or Disney World every other weekend. Maybe it's different for somebody that lives in Orlando. But I can never understand how somebody can go to Magic Kingdom, a place that supposedly is for children. It's not. We've made that point on this podcast. But supposedly that brings out the child in us all. How can someone go there and celebrate not being with their child?
Well, and I think that if it brings out the child and it's a place where you can find some mental rest and enjoy yourself, go enjoy it. I mean, we talked that with the WDW couple. It's for everybody. But for me, when you look at the story, the news story, she has I don't know if it's the mayor of Main Street. Looks like it says city council. But he's got a councilman holding it up to the camera and a custodial person holding it up to the camera and a picture with Snow White
and the fairy godmother.
Picture of the fairy godmother. And it's like you're actively seeking out a continued storyline that
Right.
I am enjoying or going to all of these things and actively like putting this together as a thing now. It's not I went to get a break. It's like I went to show everybody how I am so glad that my kids are gone. And that's the part, it's how far it went, I think, that I have a problem with. Go get it, moms, if you're listening. Susie, yeah, I know you're listening. Blair, I know you're listening too.
Susie's going to murder us.
No, go take a break. Take the time you need. It's the celebratory nature of it that I think, and it's not new. What Christmas song is it? It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, where they say
Christmas
mom and dad
shoes?
can hardly wait for school to start again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a new concept. You know, the kids are out of the house, and oh my gosh, Christmas break, when's it going to be over? But I think now, again, social media age, one little funny thing you did because you thought it would be cute turns into a big thing, and I don't know. But anyway.
You mean like poking HHN?
Yeah. Oh, that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
We'll talk that on the next episode. On one of the next episodes.
But anyway, I think that to your point, kind of segue off of this one. I think that it's the feeling that you should enjoy yourself, but there's always that in the back of your mind that you don't know what to do with yourself.
Right.
Like you shouldn't be completely comfortable without them there.
Well, we're taught in the Bible even that when you have children, they should not be the focal point of your marriage, of your life. But they're a very strong point.
Yeah.
You are... I feel weird when I go out without Amanda or the kids, or even when Amanda and I go out. I'm almost like, okay, where we order off the kids menu? Oh, wait, they're not here. It almost feels like someone's lopped off my left arm.
Yeah.
When
Well, it's
Harper's
like
not
when
here.
Blair and the kids were just in Mississippi for about a week and a half.
You had no idea what to do with
And
yourself.
I didn't. I mean, the first day, it's like, okay, I'm going to go do something. And then it's like, okay, I'm going to do some stuff around the house that sometimes I feel guilty taking the time to do that needs to eventually get done. But then about the third or fourth day in, you're like, ugh, it stinks.
You're a better man than me.
You know?
Because you see that little white box behind you?
Yeah, which one?
Well, the one with the controller.
And the X on the front of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, when Amanda and the girls are gone, there's a butt imprint on my couch. And I usually play about 3 seasons of NBA 2K. I need to open up Call of Duty just to get used to it again.
Yeah.
Because it's coming.
Yep.
But and that might be the difference between you and me. And it shocks me a little bit because you lived alone for a long time. And so it shocks me a little bit that you don't know what to do now that you've got the kids.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you were very good at being self-sufficient in
got it.
college.
Yeah.
You know, you knew what to do with yourself.
You mean I
And
ran off
never-
all my roommates?
Yes,
That's very good at that, too.
you were. This is my kitty.
Oh man, that's a story for another day.
What if he listens to the show?
That would be awesome because I would love to know what he's doing right now. I'd love to know where he ended up. So
I'd love to know how the kitty is.
Another tangent. So it was sophomore
This is
year.
my kitty. When I get sad, I
Right,
look at him.
Yeah, sophomore year, Patey Hall, University of Alabama.
P-A-T-Y.
Had a roommate, and he had a picture of his cat on the wall. I'm cool with that. He had a beanie that looked like it. Cool with that. And he said, "So this is my kitty. I miss it very much. If you see me pet this beanie and talk to it and say I miss it and kind of cry a little, you just know I love my cat very much." And I'm like, okay, hey, you know what? More power to you. So when he left to go to Mallet, I think he moved into, I didn't try to stop him.
Well, you also had. This was before I was around. He also didn't he try to go to bed at like 6 o'clock?
Oh, that was right. Yeah, because I think it was Chad. Well, I hadn't thought about that in a long time. It was
and
Chad.
Scott.
And we were in there, and it was like 8 o'clock, and we were sitting around talking, and he walked in and said something about bedtime. We're like, okay, I guess it is kind of getting late, but we're going to hang out and continue doing what we were doing until we're done. And he turned off the light above his side of the room and very audibly went and flung his covers and rolled over. And I believe Chad used some choice words that basically told him where he could go if he was going to think that around in Patey on the engineering floor that he was going to be going to bed that early and telling everybody else what to do. So
Was this before the Britney Spears poster?
I think that I don't know. I don't remember. No. I think the Britney Spears poster was Rose Towers.
No, that was Patey.
No, it was Patey. That would have been that year then, yeah.
Yeah, it would
That
have.
would have been that year. And they ended up not replacing him. So I had a room at Patey to myself. Anybody who's listening to this that's ever lived in Patey is totes jelly right now.
Oh, I had a room to myself too, remember?
Oh, that's right, you did.
Yeah, Corey moved out.
Yeah, that's right.
So we were pretty much the only two people in Patey that got solo rooms
Yeah, man,
out
we
of
were
a double
Patey
room.
pimps, man.
Oh, please, you know me. And you didn't do it right.
Why is that?
Because you only used that one bed.
Yeah?
I put them both together in the middle. I had a queen-size bed in college, man.
That's true. Oh, good times, dude.
Good times. Anyway, back to being a parent.
Yeah.
But, you know, it shocks me because you're used to living alone, or at least you were for a while. Mm-hmm. And I only lived alone once or twice, and very short times when I did.
Yeah.
And it's taken me 30-something years to really get used to when the house is quiet. It's peace and quiet time.
Yeah.
So it does shock me that the roles have kind of reversed later in life.
Yeah.
I don't know why that thought popped in my head.
Yeah,
and the Patey tangent went.
I love it, dude. That's exactly what this show's about. But when they were gone, it was either I cooked every night. I didn't eat out that much.
You cooked?
Mm-hmm. I was shocked. I was surprised at myself.
How do you cook for one?
You ever seen Zootopia? I'm kidding. Carrots for one, and that sad little carrot in the box. Anyway, no, I think it was like rice and beans and fish sticks, and then I had rice and beans left over, so I made something you can make the right amount of, or reheat the next day. That's the secret. I should write a book. Eating for one.
See, what I do is I order Domino's and have food every
there you go.
night.
Something you can reheat the next day. It's the same strategy.
Right. The problem is we also in Huntsville have Stakeout, which is a steak delivery place.
Wow.
Oh, that's right. We had them in Tuscaloosa too, didn't we?
We did. We had that in Prattville too.
Did you really?
In my hometown, yeah. We had
Stakeout. It started in Huntsville.
Really?
Yeah, it's owned by
the best, dude.
It's owned by the guy that owns Rosie's, which is our really, really good Mexican place.
Yeah.
Tex-Mex, but not Mexican.
Nice. That's one thing that irritates me right now, and I think I got a good taste of being irritated by it when they were out, or when they were in Mississippi, is that we have so many places up on the main drag through town.
But nothing where you are.
Nothing will deliver out here. We have stuff out here where we are, but we're not that far. We're literally like an 8-minute drive from the Chick-fil-A. 8 minutes if you get stopped at a couple of red lights. If not,
do you have Uber
5.
Eats?
They don't deliver this far.
Are you serious?
They won't.
What about Grubhub?
We don't have any Grubhub restaurants set up. And the ones like Chick-fil-A that are doing DoorDash, we're outside of their circle. The Pizza Hut on the main drag won't deliver past the stoplight that's 10 seconds from my house. They won't come on this side of it. It's ridiculous.
Can you meet him at like the church or something?
Yeah, but then you might as well go in and get it. I mean, it's 5 minutes away by car. and they won't come this far because they drew everybody draws a circle
Right.
and says this is as far as we'll go, even though going outside of that circle only costs you another minute, 2 minutes.
That's how far I'll go.
See? They're like, see that line at the edge of the map? We don't deliver there. Sorry.
We won't go there.
Yeah. So no pizza for you.
Are you drinking a White Claw?
No, it's a Dasani Sparkling. I don't even know what a White Claw is.
Okay, so it's New Age Zima. It's basically sparkling water.
Millennial
sparkling.
Zima.
Yeah, it is. It's spiked sparkling water.
Ew. That doesn't even sound good.
No, it doesn't at all. So basically what you're drinking is clearly Canadian.
Basically, yeah.
Man, I miss that stuff.
Wasn't it great?
They have it again. It's
Really?
at Earth Fair.
Oh, what?
What is the name of that?
Fresh Market?
Not Fresh Market. Whole Foods.
Whole Foods.
Yeah, they have clearly Canadian.
Nice.
And it tastes just like it did in the 90s.
And it costs $15 a can because it's at Whole Foods.
Yes, it does. You realize this is a show where we had one topic to talk and we've just gone on tangents the whole time?
I love it.
We've been going for 35 minutes just...
If folks are
nothing.
sticking with us, this is what they've been waiting on. They're like, you talk too many topics, guys. I'm ready for the
I mean, that's kind of what we do.
You know?
Is that a word?
Tangential, yes.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
All right, here we go. You ready for this? This is going to be a first on our show. Hey, Google. Hang on 1 second. Let me turn it up.
Oh, this is
Hey,
this
Google,
is riveting.
What is the definition of tangential?
On the website vocabulary.com, they say, tangential describes something that's not part of the whole. If you make a comment that is tangential to the story you're telling, it's a digression. The story could still be understood without it. In geometry, a tangent is a line that
Google,
touches
that's
a curve.
enough. I think we got the idea.
Hey, Siri. Tell Adam to shut up.
Your message to Adam Russell says shut up. Ready to send it?
Send.
Okay.
Oh,
it's
wait. I have another Google Home trick. I texted you about this the other day. Watch this. Watch this.
This is
I love it.
wow. We are really doing this.
Please pardon us while we go on a digression. Hey, Google. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
With no programming involved. That is in the base functionality. What? You look so
Speaking
excited.
of-
Yes.
2 sports in a row. I'm sorry, guys. Did you see the tweet from Greg Byrne last night?
About the red lights at Bryant Denny. Dave, calm down. Dave, breathe.
What if night falls at Bryant Denny? You haven't seen the intros in a while, but we come out to Thunderstruck now.
Yeah.
They turn the lights down. All you have is the Jumbotron
Oh, yeah.
glow.
Oh, it's going to be great.
And then they do like lightning strikes on the Jumbotron, so all you hear is that lightning and the thunder. And then
Like Imagine Dragons?
yeah.
Lightning and
Thunder. I mean, the thunder. Anyway, but then on Bryant Denny, the only thing that comes on is that red hue.
Oh, yeah.
And you hear thunder.
Oh, yeah. If the team does not run out under red lights, they have wasted an opportunity, for sure.
Or we score a touchdown,
Mm-hmm.
and they just flash the red lights.
Like a big ambulance?
Yeah.
Because you're carrying the other team out on a stretcher?
Yeah. By the way,
they should go Beto. Oh my gosh.
Oh, you asked us what we haven't geeked out about on this show over text today. What haven't we geeked out about? Elephants.
Elephants. Pachyderms.
That's my pachyderm. Anyway. Wow, we've gone off the rails already. All right, so we got to do a good parenting story here. Did I tell you? No, I didn't, because we hadn't talked about this yet. I was proud of my daughter the other day.
Yeah.
So Friday, I got to take my daughter to school. Normally you take a kid to school, even the third, fourth day, they're like, "Oh, dadgummit, we're glad to go to school again."
Yeah. And you're like, "No, please, you got to go to school again. Get out of the house."
Right, go,
I'm
get out of the car,
kidding.
get out. No. We pull into the school, And Ellie's in her car seat. She jumps out of her car seat because she's in a booster now. She jumps out of her car seat and says, "Daddy, we're at school. I'll get to go to school. I want to go see school. I got to go see my teacher." She is excited about going to school now, man.
Wow.
That is, I don't know where she came from, because I was excited about seeing my friends.
Brothers, but not by birth. It's carried through the wind. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So apparently she got that from my not brother. But anyway, I just told her, I said, "Ellie, hope you keep this same enthusiasm for 14 years, because you're going to need it."
Yeah, that was one thing I put on Facebook the other day. I didn't do it to the group. I just did it to my story. Was we went to Studios on Sunday, and my dad, Aiden's pop, has a sore throat. He's a little under the weather, and Aiden felt in the middle of going to a theme park, just had a sudden thought about his pop, and got so sad.
I thought it was your uncle.
No,
I thought you said it was your uncle.
I didn't say uncle. I don't think so.
Oh, it was Pop.
And he got so sad that Pop was sick that he wanted to make him a pressed quarter, and he's just trying to do something sweet, a nice gesture, something he could give him or send him to make him feel better. But just that heart. And then Emma got a little Belle baby doll while we were there, and we're driving back, and she got this little puppy that she got out of a blind bag, and she's giving the doll a personality like a baby, playing with the puppy. And then as soon as we got home, she puts the baby in a little crib and covers it with a blanket and lays down next to the crib and stuff. And it's just the same thing, I hope they never lose that heart, because that's the type of stuff that the world and old angry men like you and me that go on rants.
What are you talking about? I'm not angry. Boeing just makes me this way.
Boing just makes me this way. But that's the kind of thing I hope the
Bad
world...
joke. No,
what?
Not right now. Not right now. Not right now.
Trigger alert. Trigger alert.
Trigger alert.
But that's the kind of thing I hope the world never... It's that Garth Brooks song, right? The change. I hope that the world never changes them in that regard, because it's just such a refreshing thing to see in the world when a kid either has enthusiasm about school, when some kids, really struggle with that, or when they have such a big heart for people like mine did this weekend. So, yeah, man.
Yeah. It's really cool. In fact, once again, Friday. So the week, all last week, my daughter Harper was sick, and I caught that bug on Friday. And Amanda went to Houston. I think we talked about that on the last episode. So I had to send my daughters to my in-laws' house, to my mother-in-law's house, and Ellie cried. She said, "Daddy, what happens if you get sick? Who's going to take care of you?" Ellie was crying because she wanted to take care of me. My 5-year-old wanted to stay home to take care of me.
That's awesome.
My wife doesn't even want to take care of me when I'm sick, because I'm a
She's
big
like,
baby.
big baby.
So, you're right.
Oh man.
I always make the joke. Well, not joke, but the joke when Amanda's sick. I look at her and go, "Honey, I wish it was me," and she goes, "I don't."
Nice. Oh my gosh, that's funny. So before we wrap this up, I gotta ask you, Dave, what's your favorite thing about being a parent, and what scares the crap out of you about it?
So my favorite thing about being a parent is I have an excuse to go see Disney movies. No, honestly, my favorite thing about being a parent is the little moments. I mean, I know it sounds sappy, but it's the little moments that don't mean a thing to my 5-year-old, my 1-year-old, and they might not remember it, but to me, it's a lifetime. Yeah. It's coming home from work, having a bad day, going to pick up the girls from the nanny, and just walking in the door, and Harper goes, "Daddy!" and just runs towards you. For a split 10 minutes, Boeing and the world goes away. Adam, you and I have talked about this. I have a very bad problem about leaving work at work. I take home the stress from work, and I wear it on my shoulders, I wear it on my forehead, I wear it everywhere, and it puts me in a bad mood at home. But for a quick moment, that world goes away when those two girls run to me like that. And then the thing that scares the baby poop emoji out of me, the orange out of me, is in the Bible, we are told that the father is the spiritual head of the household. And when we get to the pearly gates, when we get to see Jesus, when we get to sit at the judgment throne, we're not only going to be responsible for ourselves. We're going to be responsible for those put in our charge. And those that were put in my charge were Amanda, Ellie, and Harper. I'm responsible. The Holy Spirit is. But I'm responsible also for showing and teaching and nurturing. I don't know if I do that enough for myself. But I'm also responsible for those two souls. I don't know if I've ever felt that weight until July 8th, 2014. The minute I held Ellie for the first time, I burst into tears. It was a happy cry, but then it was also this, God, how could you put that weight on such a broken person like myself? Because it's not mine. It's not up to me. And God knows that's where I need the help. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what's scared me. Same question.
Yeah, I had the thought the other day. I don't know why it never hit me. But as we get older and, every now and then you get a creak or a pain or I'm getting old, and just a reminder that age is approaching, right? It hit me the other day, and I probably haven't thought it since she was a baby, but I have to take care of myself and my family, but I got to be here long enough to walk her down the aisle, man. And I put myself in scenarios in your mind, and you're like, I have to take care of myself to be here for that, because I don't want her to walk down the aisle alone or with anyone else. And that's you can't control that, and you can put your mind down paths like that where, what if something you could drive yourself crazy. And then with Aiden, it's like, well, I've got to be here to guide him through these things, and and it's just not being there for those things, I think, scares the baby poop orange out of me. But I think my favorite thing is teaching these kids to use their youth to their advantage. Because as a kid, you don't realize people think you're so darn cute sometimes, right? And it's like the last Fire Frogs.
Ellie and Harper do.
Well, I'm saying
Ellie and Harper do.
But it's like the last Fire Frogs game we went to. I'm trying to teach Aiden. All right, let's go down there and get that ball that just got in the stands, because there's only adults around there going to give it to you. And wave your hand when the guy's running in from left field and say ball, and see if he'll throw it to you. Because he's the only kid within 200 yards, because there's only 30 people in the stadium to begin with, and 29 of them are dudes that are there for the $2 beer night. And so you got to use your youth to your advantage sometimes and stuff. And I think just giving them the opportunities that for you guys being pass holders and for us being down here and going to things, and rounding out their lives and letting them see what different kinds of experiences they have and giving them stories to tell later on. I think that's my favorite thing about it, is creating those memories that are things that you'll talk about 15, 20 years down the road.
Yep. That's one of the reasons we're pass holders. I didn't travel much as a kid. I mean, we traveled, but we didn't do. I'm using my words carefully because Mom listens. We didn't do. We did nature stuff a lot. Mm-hmm. Like we went to Yellowstone. We did camping, which it was fun, but not what Ellie and Harper would love to do. So I made a point to, when I held Ellie for the first time, we will always do something for them. And as soon as we walked through the Magic Kingdom for the first time, when Ellie, the first time we walked past her whoa, hooked. I knew that she was too. So, hey, Grisham. Yeah, there's the phenomenal dog. Anyway, guys, if y'all have got a cool story that you want to tell us, parenting story, Susie, I know you got some. I'm going to call you out. I know you give me, Susie, you give me the commentary on Facebook Messenger, but let's go ahead and call in here, Susie. Let's hear some of these parenting stories that you and John go through, because I know there's a good amount.
I want to say too, before you totally wrap what you just said. I think that's the beauty of the phase I think that Blair and I are in right now, and you're probably around the same thing, is that you can look back on the things you did in your childhood and the things that happened in your childhood, and not, you say to yourself, here's what I'm going to take, and here's what I'm going to take, and here are the things I'm going to continue, or here's the things I'm going to add, and you can kind of look at it that way and be strategic about your approach now, right? Because when the baby first comes out, it's like whirlwind. What in the world are we doing? How are we going to make this happen? Oh my gosh!
How am I going to sleep?
By the way, now that Aiden's 9 and wearing deodorant now, that's a whole new phase. When I was dropping him off at the airport to go to Mississippi, Aiden, I gave him a hug and I was like, man, somebody in this queue, man. Oh. And I was like, wait a minute, that's you, dude. So, But it's like once you get to that point, you get a little bit more established, you can take the good and add stuff of your own to it. And that's the beauty of it at the end of the day. Anyway, that was my last tangent, I promise. You can close the show now.
Anyway, okay. Susie, call in the birth line. What's that number, Adam?
It's 650 UAB show. 650 UAB show. Only serious show topics. No questions related to birth or the birthing process, please.
I mean, if we do, I can get my mom on here. We'll call Elise.
That's true.
I mean, if we see you call about birth, I'll get my mom.
You know what? If someone does have a random question, call it in and let's do that. I take it back. Let's actually have a segment like that.
This is your birth
This is supposed to be a show about
Elise
everything.
Adams, right?
Yeah. There you go.
Why not? Anyway, we got that website. Was it Unrelated Birth?
It's a long. I'll put it on Facebook with the show.
Okay, it's on Facebook. We put it already
you'll
on
have
there.
Your links on there for Apple Podcasts. You'll have your link for Stitcher if you're on anything but an iPhone. Our blog is on there. There should be some new stuff coming up on the blog. And then all of our socials and YouTube page are on there too. So we'll put that out on Facebook when the show goes live.
And sometime Adam will go live on Facebook and put it up on YouTube as well. You know, he's been to the park 3 or 4 times since we've had this YouTube, and hasn't gone live.
Maybe someday in September I'll go live from a Disney park.
Speaking of, we'll talk about this in the next show. But socials, I'm DAdams419. He is at Runtide Run. Instagram, we're all the same place. The show is Not Related Bros on Twitter. Instagram, we are Unrelated at Birth. Do you have a podcast you want to Jungle Cruise them here?
No. Do you?
Okay,
please.
I'll do it. Okay. We don't know these guys. But anyway, by the way, we got to put this little asterisk here. This is not a dig on any podcast.
It's just a funny
podcast
thing. I called
It's just
Dave
a funny thing.
while I was at Jungle Cruise with Emma last Wednesday, and I said, I finally, because you kept saying, we haven't figured out how to wrap up the show. I'm like, I know how to wrap up the show. Wrap it up like Jungle Cruise. You come around the last turn and you say, all right, everybody, it's time to leave. If you enjoyed this was a Jungle Cruise, and I'm your skipper, Matt. However, if you did not enjoy your time here on our cruise, this is It's a Small World, and my name's Kevin. So we decided let's do the same thing and just throw some podcasts out there. It's a free shout out to another podcast, even some we don't even know, and it's a funny joke at the same time. So please, Dave, that's the context. Continue.
Okay. All right. So if you've enjoyed your podcast tonight, my name is the Golden Voice of the Southeast, Dave Adams. His name is the Phenomenal Brother, Adam Russell. And we are Unrelated at Birth. But if you haven't enjoyed this podcast, I'm Conrad Thompson. He is Bruce Pritchard, and this is Something to Wrestle. Bruce Pritchard. See you guys next week.